What's poppin', ladies and gents? Did you know that if you want to stream to your personal profile, to your group, to your other group, and to YouTube, that it takes 24 to 48 hours for YouTube to approve it, and you can't do it right here last minute? Because that's what I did. I went ahead and did it last minute. So we ain't going live on YouTube today, but we should be live on the personal page and the 63,000 Ass Fan Facebook group. We are live. Good stuff. The good old fashioned stupid phase. Let me click mute site. And we are off and running. As always, please give me a tech check. Give me a yes, no, maybe if audio and video are up to par. Give me a thumbs up or some type of you know what's, you know where's, saying, yeah, Jeff, we can hear you. We can see you, all that jazz. Thanks for everybody for coming on board. Let me close up the notifications and the messages. Got a whole bunch. One moment. All right, good stuff. Give me Ask Fam. You can hear and see me. Right, here we go. So, all right. So when you're streaming, the comments don't come in real time. They come in chunks. Okay, cool. Henry, how you doing, sir? Tom, what's going on, my man? How you doing? Tom made a funny comment. We're on the bus, and he's like, "Are you Jeff?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on?" He's like, "My name is Tom," and I'm like, he's like, "We chatted." I was like, "Oh, you're from the UK?" He's like, "Nope, California." I was like, egg on my face. And he said literally like, you're taller than I thought. And I was like, yeah, man, the camera angle. But it's pretty cool catching up with Tom. He does good work with automations, GHL, stuff like that. Robert Torres, how you doing, sir? Robert, I know we had a meet and greet yesterday. Sorry, man, couldn't make it, but you can come by later today or Thursday. And, you know, we're rebuilding the studio, and we've got a little like chatty Cathy area right over there that we're setting up. So come on by. We'll have a good time. I don't know how long I can do it, but I think Thursday I've got like a 4:30. I've got a consistent 4:30 Tuesdays and Thursdays with the team. And yeah, man, come on by. Just let me know. And Henry Carey, how you doing, sir? That's a familiar face. Yeah, there we go. All right. And Robert says, come by later today. Yeah, man, come on by. It'll be fun. So a couple things. First off is he's okay with me sharing his name. That's somebody who joined the IC, I think like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And I made a post inside of the IC. I was like, hey, I know there's like a lot of wins, but can we just keep him on the wins thread? I got it, or I did it, or I made it thread. And so it's literally a thread that is a big red box that says, I did it, right? And I said, guys, like, just put your stuff on there because, like, I'm happy for you, but there's 10,000 messages a day. And this fella named Max, all right? I'm going to officially announce him, like, later this week, like, mad congrats and all that. But Max, here, I'm going to fucking screenshot this shit. It's hilarious, right? I'm not going to share his last name just yet, but it will, you'll see it tomorrow or so. Actual size, image too big, damn it. All right, here we go. Share screen. Here we go. Window. We're getting there, guys. Give me 2 seconds. All right, cool. Yeah. So I was like, hey, guys, like, I did it thread. Just post your wins on there, stuff like that. And he's like, I made money. I was like, cool, man. Show me proof. And he joined the IC November of 2020. So it's been 2 years. August, September. So just under 2 years, right? 22 months or whatever. So you've seen join the IC. And I don't know where that dollar is. I'm going to assume it's like 30,000, right? And you can see every month, every increment since then, it's been up and up and up. And I was like, damn, man, that's like really effing cool. Like, good for you, Max. Like, you can see a peak of 81K. What happens, by the way, is like they'll make like aggressive offers and they'll be like year-long membership to like pump up the numbers and all that. And it just happens. Sometimes they're exciting, like, oh, let's break a number or let's break a mindset or a belief. But like, I think that's really darn cool. Like, well done, my man. So he joined the IC. You can see there. I'm going to assume 20, 30K and just up and up and up ever since. So what's interesting, by the way, is like this little downward trend. This is where you think, oh, my business is going to be broke and I'm going to go bankrupt and exit an industry and just be homeless. That's what happens right there. Happens to me all the time. But net and the general chart is like up and up. So you're going to see that coming up pretty soon. And Becker did 200. Maybe I shouldn't fucking say it. You'll see like his number coming up really darn soon. And I'm super happy for him because he's done a darn good job. And his offer is he will do in-person events done for you. So there's done for you, done with you, do it yourself, right? And it's this whole thing is I will do events done for you. Like I'll do everything. You just got to pay me money. And I think it gets a flat rate plus a percentage of sales, maybe. And he's making bread. And he sent me a message. He was like, let me read it. It's so fucking funny. It was like a really good moment. I'm on the okay. So here's what it is. I'm on the phone with this kid yesterday. All right, it's like 8:00 at night. He's from Philadelphia, Mississippi, and he joins the IC. And he's like, "Hey, can we chat?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's go for it." So we're just jamming out. He's asking me Q&A questions. He's like 17 years old, and I'm like, "This kid reminds me of Becker." Like straight up reminds you Becker, where he is, where he was thinking, how he acts, how he communicates. He's just Becker with a Southern accent. So I messaged Becker while I'm on the phone with him, while I'm doing a screen share, while I'm doing a Zoom with this kid from Philadelphia, Mississippi. And I'm like, yo, Becker, I'm talking with baby Becker, somebody just like you when you started. Tell me how much you made last month. And Becker's like, yo, I just dropped, and then the number. And I don't have permission like to say it, but it was so cool, like having Becker tell me that he made that money. And he's like, Jeff, did I do it? Did I make it out of the mud, Sensei? Like I was like, yeah, man, you made it out the day you came to the first mastermind. He's like, I'm crying. So it was like pretty cool, like having that bro moment. You don't really care about that, which I totally dig. But hey, man, emotions matter, and business is really just a reflection of personal stuff amplified. And it was really cool having that conversation and seeing those patterns again and again. What I think is going to be more interesting, by the way, is the new crop of people I think are not going to be Facebook ads agency. I think they're going to be TikTok shorts and content releverage. I think that's going to be the next batch of clients or the next batch of offers. Like we'll just make you more famous, not having an ROI attached to it, not having a guarantee, not like getting good on sales. Like, no, man, we'll just make you famous. Like Oprah or Tony Robbins or Grant Cardone or Gary Vee or whoever, like we'll do a sit down for 60, 90 minutes, something like that. We'll do a one-on-one and we'll clip it and make it into Instagram shorts or YouTube shorts or TikTok shorts or something like that. And I thought that was that was pretty fucking cool because A, I'm so obsessed with Facebook, but I'm trying to get away with it. And B, I realized that people, and this is from a fellow named Pool, he's in the public group. What he does is he sends me stuff saying, Jeff, you be my client. But what's funny is you don't have to run ads to get YouTube shorts or Instagram shorts or content related clients. You just have to do the work. And then you do what this guy does, or what Becker used to do, or this fellow from Philadelphia, Mississippi, or this new batch of agencies. The hypothesis is like you can sit in your room, chop it up, come up with something which is honestly like doesn't have to be great. All you're doing is chopping it up and upload it to socials or send it to your client on their behalf, something like that. And I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. And he had sent this to me a while ago. So I thought it was pretty good, except for the background music. Like I didn't like it. But this type of stuff, like, I dig it. And his name is Pool. He's in the public group. I don't think he gave me permission for me to post this, but I did it anyway. And then I'll probably pay him money to chop up some of my videos and stuff like that. So it was pretty interesting having that conversation and seeing those type of trends coming up. So I just want to give you all a heads up and say, like, yeah, man, I think the next batch of agencies as a service, whether it's agency to agency or agency to client, B2B or B2C, whatever you want to call it, or not B2C, just B2B, is going to be content releverage. And if you go to market saying, as an example, I help chiropractors get famous with YouTube shorts, or I help chiropractors attract high ticket clients with YouTube shorts or TikTok or whatever the content leverage program is. I think that's a much easier yes nowadays. than it is saying I help chiropractors generate 2x ROI using new blah blah blah, which happens to be old blah blah blah. So I think that's a big trend going on the market that might be useful for a lot of people out there. And you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. You just have to get good at a technical skill set and knowing how to chop up videos and knowing and studying YouTube Shorts as Google pushes YouTube Shorts. So it'd be like very similar to Instagram Reels or TikTok or whatever it is. Like whatever the wave is, you just get good with that technical skill set and say, we'll help you get more famous doing blank. Equivalent of like early 2000s, we help chiropractors get more famous using blogs, right? Or we help more chiropractors get more famous using SEO. Well, and now it's YouTube Shorts. So again, just something interesting as well. And somebody says, what's the secret behind the sunglasses? Yeah, dude. So if you look up, like, that is just a blinding fluorescent light, which is pretty good for, like, if I take a step back, this is like really good for overhead lighting. And then we'll have two lights over here. The problem is that, I don't think you can hear me. The problem is that it kind of burns your eyes and definitely messes with your emotions, and you get pretty crabby. It's like you got this light and then this light, and the sunglasses help calm stuff down and stops your eyes from becoming super hard marbles inside of your brain. So that's why. So I'm just giving my eyes a rest while still doing the lunch and learn. And when I wear the sunglasses, probably for like 1 or 2 hours a day, it becomes a lot easier. Somebody just turned off the lights. 2 seconds. So yeah, it's just to save my eyes. Let's see who else is joining up. Daryl Gray says, sheesh, 1.2 million. Yeah, man. That's a good number. Shari says, user generated content is big. Yeah, I agree. Daryl says, like Infocast. Not sure what Infocast is. Yeah, no clue. Yeah, no idea what Infocast is. I'm gonna assume it's like a Zoom call that you just chop up. I think. I don't know. We'll find out. Either way, though, we're gonna jump over this. This is what you're looking for. Let me move this over. Move this over. Here we go. This is what you're looking for, everybody. Oh, Daryl says podcast interviews. All right, so maybe that's it. So podcast interviews are, I think, oh man, we've got 2 different comments. We've got the personal page and the group. So, fuck. Okay. Josh Gavin, Daddy Jeff, what's going on, Josh? How you doing? Josh says, can you talk about doing lower price retainers? I can. Infocast or podcast VSLs. Okay, so let me deal with the podcasting and the infocasting. You can take a podcast and chop it up, but I think as a marketable sentence, here, let me close this. So you can take a podcast and chop it up, but I think as a client getting sentence or a marketable sentence, saying as an example, I help chiropractors get more famous with YouTube Shorts, like that is the new thing, or with TikTok Shorts or Instagram Reels. Like the emphasis is on that. If you use podcasts, that's not like new and exciting of like, oh my God, it's different. It's the same stuff. Everybody is familiar with the term. There's not like the new amazing opportunity. I think it's the same thing, to be honest. But if you change the name to YouTube Shorts or TikTok Shorts or Instagram Reels or Facebook Shorts or whatever, it becomes new and exciting again. And it would be the equivalent of like, I don't actually have an equivalent. I don't know. It's unique mechanism. Yeah, that's the correct term. Somebody says unique mechanism. That is correct. So I think that sentence of I help chiropractors get more famous, and maybe famous isn't the right term, but let's just say famous using unique mechanism. I think that's the cool new thing that's going to be particularly useful for a lot of people. And it would be for me like saying I help chiropractors make more money using direct offer advertising. I think that would be like the equivalent. Of course, like a little bit more older, but the newer thing would be YouTube Shorts or TikTok Shorts or Get More Famous or something like that. I don't know, man. I'm kind of blabbling. Nobody cares. This is what we're talking about today. This thing right here. These are the 3 campaigns I would run for a $10,000 a month client. And we don't have a $10,000 a month client. We have a 5 and a 6, and sometimes the 6 is a 7, sometimes the 5 is a 6, depending upon other stuff, right? And there's always a little bit of variable depending if they need another operator or they want another campaign. And we've got 5 or 6 tight campaigns, and then sometimes if they want to boost, we can turn an extra one for extra money. So we don't have 10,000 a month client, but I think the cool part about all this is like, just like with YouTube Shorts, you can do stuff pre-client that will help you get a client. So mapping this out will help me get a $10,000 a month client. It's the equivalent of way back in the day when I would pitch like that on the board, the whiteboard of money and or death. And I would say, here's what we do in exchange for money. It's the same exact thing right here. So these are 3 campaigns I would run for a $10,000 a month client. And I still do this kind of for my 5 and 6, sometimes $7,000 a month client. Those are 2 clients who just bounce back and forth. So I still run these, but if they're paying me 10 grand, I would oomph more, maybe. I'm not sure. Either way, though, here's the 3 campaigns that we run. And whether it's Facebook or Google or TikTok, and Google is AdWords or YouTube, and Facebook is Instagram or Facebook, same thing. It's the philosophy is the same. And you can generate results to where somebody says, wow, this is like so absolutely amazing. So you can do this whether you're charging them 5 grand or 10 grand or 500 bucks or 1,000. Like it's the same setup. The difference is the oomph, the care, the effort, the response rate, how much time, effort, energy, and attention that you put into it. So if you're going, but I don't have a 10,000 a month client, I'm gonna go, but you have $1,000 client, right? And it's the same thing. It's like a personal trainer. That's like the $100 an hour client. It's the same training program as a $400 an hour client. It's just I care more about the $400 client. Same idea. So there's 3 campaigns: lead generation, local celebrity, and retargeting. And what I want everyone to do now is tell me if you can see this. And I'm going to assume that you can't because the text might be too small. I think this is better. Can we move this? Here we go, guys. So here's the 3 campaigns I would run for a $10,000 a month client: lead generation, local celebrity, and retargeting. The local celebrity is very often slept on, but it's an important emotional aspect. Like if I make, as a business owner, let's just say I make $1 million a month, but everybody hates me. My wife is having a horrible time. None of my customers like me. And I sit in a broken room all day. That doesn't feel pretty good. Like emotionally, spiritually, socially, like all the extra stuff that comes from a good business doesn't exist. Versus making $100,000 a month and everybody loves you and they're super appreciative. People recognize you on the street. That $100,000 a month is going to feel a lot better than $1 million a month. You can fight me on it, but that's just how it works. Feelings are different than money. And so it's really important that you put in a local celebrity campaign into what you do in exchange for money for a client. They'll just feel better, to be honest. Like, hey, man, I got recognized on the street. That feels a lot better than I got 42 leads and 10 showed up and I made 5 grand. The local celebrity feels really good. It's why real estate agents buy billboards and stuff like that. So local celebrity matters. Retargeting, okay, fine, but you get it, right? So the first campaign is lead generation. I'm a big fan of an offer with a price point. So nothing free, nothing complimentary, no consultations. I know people do it. I get it. But when you're doing a lead generation campaign, the whole thing is like, but did you make your money? And did you make your money back? So having an offer with a price point, $27.97, $199, I don't care. The people that see that there's a price point tend to be a better conversation and a lot less selly and a lot less guarded than a free thing. So imagine you see an ad that says, hey, massage, get a 60-minute massage for $30 versus get a complimentary massage for 15 minutes. And you're like, nah, man, that second one, that seems weird. Why do they do it for free? It's going to be weird. They're going to try to sell me something. You're super guarded. And the fact that they put a price point, you've already agreed to like 90% of the offer. So I always try to have an offer, the price point. I'm not going to go over what that ad looks like. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's just an offer with a price. And you can talk about copy if you want. I try to run ads without copy, just like an online flyer, and really nail the product and the price. So dental implants, furniture, cars, whatever you're selling. Nail the product, nail the price, and that's 80% of the success. Not so much the finities of copy or the you versus your, like that type of stuff doesn't really matter as much. So again, offer the price point and have a lead form with qualifying questions. Qualifying questions, I like obviously there's name, number, and email. I dig it. You're going to need that no matter what. But you should also be asking 3 or 4 additional qualifying questions. Stereotypically, qualifying questions tend to be something like, when would you like to make a purchasing decision? And you're going to have to change that for your own languaging, for your own industry and clients, stuff like that. But when do you want to buy? Do you have money to buy? And in our space, it's like some of these procedures are like 25 grand and it's not covered by insurance. So are you paying cash or payment plan? That works for us. You're going to have to find your own version. And if you're doing like, again, massages, you may not have to ask that. You probably can pay like, say, like, do you want to pay by credit or cash? Right. So when do you want to buy? Do you have the capacity to buy? And do you have the desire to buy? And the desire to buy is like, if it was massage, what areas do you want to focus on? If it was dentistry, it would be like, so what's wrong with your smile? If it was cars, you'd have to find your own version, furniture, your own version. But the 3 big buckets of qualifying questions are, do you have the capacity to pay? Do you want to pay? And when do you want to pay? Those 3 things. That works really, really well. You have to customize on your own, but those types of things are totally fine. Somebody's going to come at me and be like, but what about landing pages? Like, I don't give a shit, dude. Don't talk to me about that. We're talking about lead forms. Cool. Somebody's going to say, but VSL, I don't care, dude. We're talking about lead forms. That's it. So lead forms. And then you shove it into your CRM and you send a text message called a conversation kickstart. Hey, it's Jeff with blank company. Thinking you filled out a form about blank. Is that right? If so, reply yes. And they will reply yes. So now you saved your open rates, you saved your spam rates, and you're only talking to people that are serious. They're typically out of 10, the offer and the price point qualifying questions, half reply yes, which is pretty useful because I've seen another thread earlier today in the side of this group, we get like 40 responses and we get 40 signups and only 8 respond, which is like, doesn't feel great. Like our brains will focus on the failures, not the wins. So it's much easier to have like it's much easier to have the client say yes to a higher dollar and higher open rate and higher response rate than it is to have a lower dollar with a lower response rate, even if that is a higher absolute number. It's just how people's brains work. So understanding that matters. So as an example, like, would you rather pay $400 for somebody to show up and you get to pitch them? Or would you rather spend $200 and get 50 leads and you have to dig through them and get 3 people showing up? Most people just rather get the first one. So that's what I'm trying to communicate. Next up is a phone call to schedule an appointment. You call them, you schedule into your client's CRM, client's next step, your client's Calendly, Patient Pop, whatever CRM that they're using, or live transfer straight to their operator, their front desk, and then they do it. And then you have the infinite follow-up system with just marketing terms for text messages and email follow-up. That's it. That's a lead generation. So that runs. And there's different softwares you have to plug in and connect them all. Again, I don't care if it's Facebook or Google or TikTok. It's all the same to me, man. I don't care if it's one CRM over, it's all the same. Totally fine, no big deal. As an example, by the way, Facebook is being such a pain. We're shutting down all of our ad accounts. I'm moving people to Google. The rest of it just works just fine. I don't know what this is. Call me back in 10. That's number 1. That's the one campaign. Here's a second campaign. Local celebrity. Again, your client's got to feel good about this stuff. Like, it's an ROI that matters. But if they get, let's just say 5x on their ads and people are saying, wow, I saw your ads. I love you. You're amazing. That feels better than 10x on their ads. And I know it to be true. We got a client in Peoria, Arizona that has gotten he's made like 72 grand. And he calls me once a week saying, I don't know if these ads are working. I'm like, you made 72 grand. He's like, yeah, I know, and it's because we're not running a local celebrity campaign. Versus another client, the one that spent 5 or 6 grand, she's totally happy. It's because we're running a local celebrity campaign. So again, local celebrity, 60 to 90 seconds to everyone in the serviceable zone. So like maybe 20-minute drive, 30-minute drive, you'll figure it out. I mean, everybody, not like target leads. I mean, everybody, like TV or radio, everybody. Don't be hypey. Make sure that you see their face. be sure to sound and look authentically smart. So they don't have to be professional, they just have to be them. So as an example, if I chop this up and if I was just, what's going on? My name is Jeff, blah, blah, blah. And I chopped it up into Facebook stuff and YouTube stuff and Google stuff and TikTok stuff. That would be FaceTime. You see what I mean? You're literally seeing in my face. So that matters. You can do walkthroughs with your phone if you want. You can have a gimbal if you want. You can do a Zoom video that you chop up. Just make sure it sounds good, it looks good, and they are authentically smart. If you don't think your client can do that, you can go ahead and just get on a Zoom or FaceTime them, plug in your phone, record that shit, and you can record it through QuickTime if you know how to be smart about it. And go ahead and just ask them questions. And now you've got your local celebrity campaign. Whereas video views, and if you want, you can have a call to action like schedule now or something like that, but it's not about that. It's about getting video views. And then you're going to make another audience that is greater than 50% of the video. So that means somebody's going to watch 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds of video, and they're going to go into retargeting. But the whole purpose is just get FaceTime. So people say, wow, I've seen your stuff. Are you the doctor from the internet? Yeah, man, that's me. Cool. They just feel good. And then the retargeting. So you're going to retarget opt-ins and the greater than 50%. So they signed up here. They should be seeing a follow-up video. If they watch 50% of here, they need to be seeing a follow-up video or follow-up ad or something like that. Very simple stuff. You can do it in like 5 to 10 clicks, no big deal. And the ad or the communication should be, are you thinking about coming into the office? Or let me tell you why you should be coming into the office. Or let me tell you a bit about me and why we're qualified. Let me tell you why we're different. That's it. And it can be text, it can be video, it can be a flyer, whatever you want, but just some type of different retargeting so that A, you can bring them back, and B, it feels like it's working. And the ad is like, hey, there's a limited time opportunity for you to come in and get your implants done for X price. Hey, are you thinking about coming in? Let me tell you why you should be coming in, because there's limited time opportunity to get blank, blank, blank for blood donation. Hey, happy to have you. Let me tell you why our medical research center is different than every other medical research center. Come on in. And then the opt-in, again, lead form into the CRM. And then if they opt in, given the retargeting tag, and you can go into your CRM and like add a tag if they come in through like a different lead form. So you know that stuff is working. And it's one thing to be like, hey, we got like 100 leads. Good luck. It's another thing to be like, hey, you got 100 leads. 30 of them got hit with your retargeting campaign, which means they opted in and opted in again. And then they saw 50% of your video. And you got 10 people patting you on the back saying, we like your stuff. That, like those two different scenarios, it could be the same ROI. Scenario B feels a lot better for your client than scenario A. And it's so strong, by the way, I would argue that like you have to pay or you get a discount on the ROI. Like, let's just say you got one campaign, it's only lead gen, for Dr. Peoria, it's getting 12x ROI, always saying like, I don't know if this marketing is working. We can deliver like 8x ROI and he's happy because people are being retargeted. We got proof it's working. People are signing it multiple times. And people are patting him back saying, like, we like your stuff. So this feels really, really, really good. This performs, but it doesn't feel as good. So my learning, and I want to impart into you, is that this matters probably just as much, if not more than this over here. So we're going to migrating a lot of our clients to this. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is bringing them to the studio. I'm like, yeah, man, let's sit down and chat for a little bit. We'll do a local celebrity campaign. You can talk about your stuff and we'll use it. And if you don't have this, fine. You can do a Zoom video, no big deal. And 90% of our clients are not in Miami, so I'll have to figure it out. But this type of stuff matters and feels pretty good. And these are 3 campaigns I would run for a $10,000 a month client. So there ya go. Let's see. Whoops. Another one. Let's see. The local celebrity campaign makes sense. Who asked this question? How do I find out? Hold on. Second, guys. Oh, Jonathan. Oh, what's going on, buddy? I'll see you tomorrow or whenever. Local celebrity campaign makes sense. Do you offer the LCC to anyone that you work with? To anyone, or do you work with people that have personality and charisma? All right, good question. What if, let me rephrase it. What if I bring it up to a client and they suck? Like they don't know how to talk good with their mouth for whatever reason. I bring it up anyway. I go, look, I think your marketing is working, and we can get better marketing and get people literally recognizing on the street if we do a local celebrity campaign. All you have to do is FaceTime me for 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. It'll be a back and forth type of thing. I'll be recording it. And if it sucks or it doesn't feel natural, we'll just delete and start again. It'll take maybe 20 minutes. And they're going to say, okay. So you call them. You're like, all right, let me ask you this question. And I'll ask it again and again and again and again. And I'll record the whole thing. And that'll be the first chunk of that 60 to 90-second clip. And then I'll ask it again and again and again. The next question, again and again, the next question. So I have 5 or 6 versions of them answering the question. Usually the first 4 or 5 are like total trash. And then the last one, like they finally gotten their bones working, they know how to talk and all that, and they don't have to need a teleprompter. We're just talking. So let's just say it was a pest control company. And I'll give them a call and be like, hey, man, we're going to start doing local celebrity campaigns. It's a very easy way for you to get recognized on the street, build your reputation, stuff like that. And all you have to do is get on the phone with me. We're going to shoot a 30, 60, 90-second clip. And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. And I want you to block off 30 minutes because we're going to do a lot of takes. And all you have to do is answer my FaceTime. I'm going to ask you the questions. And you say, okay. And maybe they're a little bit hesitant. I say, all right, fine, whatever, man. If you don't want it, I'm not going to push you on it, but let's just pretend. Give them a ring, FaceTime them, plug your phone, open up QuickTime, record it. It'll be fine. Have them in the car. Don't ask me about which side. I don't know, man. Figure it out. What's going on, sir? How you doing? Pleasure. Yeah, man. So the whole thing is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're already recording. I just got to get the recording vibes out. All right. I'm not going to send this to anybody. It's just going to be me editing it. Let's just talk. How was your day? You know, we got to, okay, cool. You feeling a little bit more calm? Yeah, maybe we've been recording from the beginning. Let me ask you this. What makes you, Mr. Johnson, pest control different than everybody else? Blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. I'm going to ask you again. What makes it different? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to ask you again. All right. Again, it's not for me to be offensive. I'm just going to keep asking you because we're going to get multiple takes, and whichever one feels more natural, they say, okay. And then I got 4 or 5 questions just like that. And then at the end, I'll do them all again. Usually the last one is the best one. And if you follow that process, you can turn the worst human beings that can't talk, like the second you click record, they turn to a big box of trash, like that can't even talk. And all of a sudden they're communicating correctly in a way that makes a lot of sense. And what's funny is that, like, even if they suck, they're still authentically them. And they usually have a technical prowess that can be communicated. So whether it's like bikes or car wash or pest control or lawyers or something like that, like I know some lawyers that for the life of them, just the second they look into the black screen of death, they start shivering. I don't get why they can't just talk like this the same way we would do with this. So I just call them on here and they say, yeah, man, I'm gonna do it like this. It's just you and me talking. All right. And I'm just gonna hold it like this and we're just gonna talk. So tell me about the case. And then, you know, very quickly, I would say 99% of the jitters of people who don't have personality or charisma, you can shove it in and then it starts working really, really well. So it's that type of stuff. It works, I think. And if anything, you get like, you get an hour of your client going, I don't know how to talk. And then after all, you're like, look, man, if you want, I can just be your CMO. I just got to charge you more. I'll do all these videos for you. And they go, okay. And now you've got a $5,000 a month client pretty darn fast. So I think that answers your question, Jonathan. Let me take a look. Lee Reynolds says, how much are you charging for the local celebrity campaign? Man, I think you could do like an easy 997. But I think you really should be pushing for like a 2,200, 2,250, 2,500 bucks a month type of thing. And the way you could communicate it is like, we'll build up the soap opera sequences. We'll do edits. We'll get on the phone once a month and we'll jam out for an hour and then update it. And we'll do some editing and I'll pay a guy to chop it up into different things. So it would be an easy 997. Like, we help chiropractors make more money by making them famous on the internet using local celebrity campaigns. There you go, right? And that's an easy yes for 997. You have an onboarding sequence. You jam out for an hour, send most of the work to a VA editing team, and then you just shove them to video ads. That could be a totally separate thing if you want, but you could also combine it. Also, I think, Nick, you're doing like 10, 12K contracts. So whatever my number is, just add a 0 to it, and it's probably within your range. Lee says most doctors are so into themselves, so I could see where this might be more valuable. Yeah, man. And for context, you are on the receiving end of a local celebrity campaign right now. So like I'm really just jamming out. All right. And then I'll pay a guy to chop it up and send it out to the world, just like that. Nick says, are you running all three in a sequence? No, they all run at the same time. So it's not a scenario of like they got to do the lead gen and then I turn that off and then do local celebrity, turn that off and do retargeting. They all run at the same time. And nobody has ever been like, oh my God, Jeff, how could you even not do it correctly? Just run all at the same time. And there isn't a way to like sequence the videos, which you don't have to. Just throw them on the internet, man. It'll be totally fine. And we did this with one of our. He says he's a chiropractor. He's really not. He's more like a PI guy, personal injury. And one of his doctors got so famous he got poached, and the guy doubled his salary. I think because he was under the assumption that he was famous. But we had a client, and one of the guys that worked under him, we did the local celebrity for him. He got poached and made 2x his salary by working for another guy. Like, hey, I see you on the internet a lot. You want to work for me instead? I was like, all right, well, that worked too good. All right. And then they ended the contract with us. I was like, damn it. So it does work. And you don't have to go ahead and chop it up into different sequences. It's all at the same time. It's totally fine. Let me check the comments on both threads. I think that's going to be it for today. Maybe. I will do Q&A. For everybody who's coming to the event, October 7th through 9th, we'll probably do something like this for you. It'll be super fun. We'll do it in that room over there, that way. And it's a totally separate room. And we'll have a video guy like asking you questions and doing like a video type of thing. It'll be super fun. And it's October 7th through the 9th. We got 5 more spots. And it's $1,000 a pop. It's the back half of the Friday. So you get here at noon. We jam out till 5. Saturdays from 10 to 5. Sundays from 10 to 5. And lunch is on me. Dinner's not, but lunch is free. So it'll be fun. And if you're interested, go on my personal profile and scroll back, I think like a week or two. And you'll see the landing page and all that. I think it's going to be really, really worth it, to be honest. And some people are coming in early and just hanging out in Miami on the Thursday and the first half of the Friday, and then they're staying on Monday. I think because there's a holiday. I'm not sure. Someone says, you're basically creating their own show for them, correct? Making them a local celebrity, correct? If you have the choice between someone you see all the time online versus someone you never see, who are you going to pick? Exactly, right? And there's this like weird, there's this super weird like business philosophy that people make decisions based upon who they trust, not the best person for the job. And the way we build trust is with impressions, not through like trust exercises. I know trust exercises work, but just hear me out. Like the person that you see the most, your brain will naturally start to trust. And the person who gets the most impressions becomes the most trusted person in the industry. Great example is Oprah and Dr. Oz. Who the hell are they to me? I don't know anything about Oprah. I don't know anything about Dr. Oz. But when somebody goes, hey, did you buy Oprah's book? I go, no. They're like, it's amazing. I go, okay, I'll get it. It's just because it's Oprah. Just because she has built so much impressions upon me that my default is familiarity and trust. And Sam Ovens talks about the only reason like you love your parents is because, not because they're your parents. It's not hormones, it's not logic. It's simply the impressions that they've made and you've seen them enough times. So I think that's part of it. And I agree with it completely. Like there's a lot of people that trust me and like, who am I to you? Like we've never interacted. We've never talked. And maybe it's the brand thing, but I just keep doing the show. So do you spend money with me or somebody else? Right. So you're 100% correct. Views and impressions do matter. And maybe it's the term is brand. I don't know, but everybody knows who Steve Jobs is and Elon Musk. So they buy their stuff, that type of thing. And there's a Donald Trump reference in there too. Like the more impressions matter. So yeah, man, you'll always default to somebody that you're familiar with, which can be a function of local celebrity, impressions, video views, etc. Somebody says, can't wait for the event. It's going to be dope. I can't see who said that. StreamYard, man. Shannon. What's going on, Shannon? How you doing? Shannon, please make more money. Like, I know you're doing a lot, but go make more money. Do it for everyone. I need a screenshot. Like, go to the I did it thread and show me how rich you are. Like, I know that last time you and I talked, I think you signed like 10 clients in 6 weeks. And you're like, Jeff, I feel like I'm cheating because these sales calls are like 8 minutes. I don't know if that's still the case, man, but go make some more money. I'm happy to have you. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. I'm happy for you. Shari says exactly people buy from those that they know, like, and trust. Exactly. So KLT campaign, LCC campaign, video views campaign, whatever you're calling it, just be more familiar to people and make it very, very easy for people to become familiar with you. And you can do this type of thing, and you can also do content releverage. And going back to, I help chiropractors make more money or become local celebrities with YouTube Shorts. Like that's a pretty cool USP or marketing sentence. So this stuff matters very, very well. And I was at the Commitment Summit, by the way, with JC and David. They did a very good job. And they had a guy named Kasim, and he manages like $1 trillion effing dollars of Google ads or something. And his whole thing was that, what was I trying to communicate? I fucking forgot my train of thought. How old am I think his whole thing was, man, I don't even fucking remember what I was talking about. He was saying that they make a lot of money. Google makes a lot of money. And this whole thing is like, they just know more than everybody else. And he did a damn good job. And he was nothing to me except for the fact that I saw him for 90 minutes. And then immediately I subscribed to his YouTube channel and started listening to him. And everybody here should be doing the same. I totally forgot my line of thought. Fuck, man. I'm almost 40. Oh. Straight to Denny's at 4:30 p.m. Okay. Oh, here's what we're going to talk about. All right. So, all right. So we're going to bring this up. Okay. So, the running theory that I have for everybody watching this and everybody in the group is that, again, familiarity matters, and then the lead gen activity, right? And so I'm looking at like 63,000, 64,000 people, and I'm going, there's got to be like a better, faster, stronger way for you guys to get moving fast. And honestly, like having a 5K price point is a big jump. Like, Shari, not going to happen. Like, I don't care how many times you PM you. You're not going to spend $5,000. Ain't going to happen, right? So I was thinking I could put together this right here, which is called the Insider Secrets. And it's called like the best deal on the internet. And it's $49 a month. You have access to all the masterclasses. There's things that are going to be updated. There's a membership directory that we're building out. There's a monthly Q&A call. And I think this might be a really, really good fit for people who want to move forward fast, because very often you feel like I'm missing something. And a 5K price point that I have is like, it's hard to say yes to. So you can see like some of the stuff in here. And it's pretty cool. Like, we have this Netflix style way of doing it. So it's not Kajabi. It is Kajabi, but it's not the Kajabi layout. It's like thumbnails and all that. So this is what we're setting up. And I deeply think that not only will this be more successful than like our IC program, simply because of the low price point, but more importantly, because it's a lot of it, like, it's a lot of go do it yourself. Like, you don't have to talk to me. Like, the tutorials are just there. So we're building this out. I think it's going to be, I think that the Insider Secrets could do probably like 500 to 1,000 concurrent members before anything changes, like anything significantly changes, which would be impossible to do with like a done with you coaching program at 5K. Like, when we get somebody joining the 5K program, like, I got to spend time with them versus the $50 a month thing, not so much. So if you've been thinking about spending money with me somehow, this is probably a good fit for you. And it's super cheap. Self-service if you want to cancel. There's an upsell if you feel like doing it. You can just check that box or not, which is totally fine. And I think it's probably like the best bang for the buck out there. Yeah. So if you want to take a look, you can. I'm done promoting. There you go. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to rotate between the two streams, and then we'll see what else is going on. I hope this was useful for somebody. Nick Carita says Kasim, something like that. He's skinny dude, long hair, used to be a digital marketer, I think, and now he's on his own. And I totally don't remember. All right, let me look it up. Hold on. Digital marketer, Kasim Aslam. This fella. Hold on. Yeah, that's the guy right there. So he did a really good job of talking about performance marketing, performance max marketing, AdWords, all that. It was nuts. Like he was damn good. So yeah, dude, well done. Happy for you. And his humility is well beyond what it should be. Like he should be super arrogant. I spend like $5 million on the Google. I know everything, but instead he's like actively saying, "How am I wrong?" So he did really, really good. So there you go, Nick. Angel says can't make the upcoming event, but the first one he did was fire. Yeah, dude, I still be using that VSL. If you're not, you should. The colors look great, and I hope you make enough ton of money. Christine Seals, how's your membership going? Remember we talked about a year ago? Yeah, when we originally did the Insider Secrets, we did the launch. It was $27 a month. There was a lot of interaction, like 2 calls a week, and we rebuilt it because I saw what Maria Green was doing with the Female Entrepreneurship Society Association or something like that. She's doing $50 a month. She's got 4,500 members. I'm like, wow, this lady's doing $250,000 done, and it's insane. I joined. It's definitely worth it. It's really, really cool the way she has it structured and set up. It's like I'm gonna do something similar for the ASFAM. So we're building it back, and we'll see what happens. Christine says, should I bring mine back? Maybe. I think you're good. I think your YouTube channel and your membership, I think you're just pulling in cash. Like, don't touch it. Just keep doing more of that. Like, don't do anything else. Just no need. No need to do anything else. Just do more of what you're doing right now. Yeah. Somebody else says, yes, very useful. I've been looking at doing this style of campaign for realtors. Just need a little motivation. It's not hard to set up the local celebrity campaign. You can just run ads saying, hey, my name is Jeff, and I help real estate agents become more famous using this local celebrity campaign. Price is starting at X. If you're interested, click here, and we'll talk for 15 minutes. Like, that should be your ad. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. And then you get them on the phone, talk 15 minutes. You go like, hey, here's how it works. Here's some proof. I just sent you examples. Here's how the campaign is set up. It's a bit technical, but hey, you should know this. And the prices start at X dollars per month. And then you got a client. Not hard, right? Christine says, I have an S&P library we update every week. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's pretty cool. I kind of want my membership site to be something similar. Like here's how you do a local celebrity campaign, or here's how we're doing lead gen for our current client, or here's an update on blah, blah, blah. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I think I'm gonna start doing stuff like that because it's much easier for me to do a 20, 30-minute walkthrough than it is an hour-long YouTube or an hour-long show or something like that. So it'll be cool, I think. Someone says, is the sales cycle longer with these higher ticket offers when they're specifically targeting niche, professional, short? Yeah, so the impediment to a client or a sale will always be money, no matter what. Like, money will always be on the table. Yeah, there's other stuff like, do I believe in you or myself or the offer? But money will always be part of the conversation, no matter what, because you got to charge money. You got to have money. You can't do shit for free, but you can't pay the bank with branding, right? And I would argue that the sales cycle is longer the higher price point you go. Again, I would argue that the sales cycle is longer at the higher price point you go. And then it's the middle 80% sentence, okay, assuming that your offer is on point, your product works, all that stuff. So if you see, as an example, hey, man, if you want to start with me, it's 30 grand versus, hey, if you want to start with me, it's $50. Just all things being equal, it's easier to say yes over here. If you are in the school of thought saying, no, it's easier to sell a $30,000 client, I'm going to go, maybe it is, but you've also spent 5, 10, 15 years building your branding, reputation, experience, and this person has been creeping on you for a long time. They've been part of your local celebrity campaign through either blog posts or YouTube or something like that. And then they filled out a form, and it was a 5-minute phone call. So that sales funnel was 3 or 4 or 5 years in the making, and had a whole lot of clicks and steps, 500 of them. Versus, hey, I saw an ad, it said $97, I want to try it out, right? So money's always part of it. I know that when I'm pitching my 750s a dentist, it's a 15, 20-minute phone call. And we're going to be testing on an even lower price point at, actually, we'll be talking about that at the in-person event, like the plan to remove stuff and have a higher margin and make more money with 500 than we're at 750. Because when you're on the phone and it's like $5,000, like, oh my God, you got to have all this back and forth. So yeah, I would argue it's like a longer conversation, and that doesn't necessarily mean more margin, more sale. And here's what I mean by that. Every single person here has seen a guy or gal on stage saying, I made $1 million. And then I got a phone call saying, Jeff, fix my agency because I have no money. I go, I just saw you on stage making $1 million. He goes like, yeah, well, it costs. And I'm like, what kind of cost? He's like, well, our take home is $80,000 a year. I'm like, you have horrifically horrible margins. Like you should be making 50% or 60% or 70%. He's like, well, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, man, like you have $1 million problems. You're only taking home 80K. It'd be better if you took home 200K and that was your EBITDA, your take home, and your 200K problems, than if you had $1 million a year and taking home 80. So we'll be experimenting that with our Done For You agency and seeing what happens and moving in the right direction. That was a little bit of a tangent, I think. All right, I got to go. Go make some money today, ladies and gents. We're buying a house as well. So when that shit is done, we're going to do a little Getty and all that. Big learning for today is this stuff. Again, 3 campaigns: lead generation, local celebrity, retargeting. Go make some money. If you want to spend some money with me, go to bit.ly/best deal on the internet. It's $49. You're going to absolutely love it. And I'm going to book you off. Go make some money, guys. See, peace out. Bye.